from Vic Napolitano Field. It's round 2 of PIAA District 1 6A playoffs between the 5 seed Pennsbury Falcons and the 12 seed Lower Merion here at Vic Napolitano Field. This is the Pennsbury Athletic Network brought to you by Chick-fil-A on Oxford Valley Road, Jambadores, Jones Engineering Associates, the Lower Bucks Hospital, Manor Care Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, the Newtown Dentistry for Kids, Retro Fitness, ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy. Ben Goldstein alongside Cal Toter here from the Vic, as it is the Lower Merion Bulldogs and the Pennsbury Falcons in round 2. Lower Merion got here with a win just yesterday over Conestoga at Harriton High School. Lower Merion taking it 8-2 over the 21-seeded Conestoga. Now the Bulldogs come into Vic Napolitano Field, where the Falcons have not lost many games. And joining me on the call, Cal Toter, is both head coaches, Coach Joe Pacey, meeting with Lower Merion head coach Colin Quinn, as we are getting ready to get underway here from the Vic. Falcons got the bye with their big series victory over the Neshaminy, and now we're here at the Vic for another playoff game, Cal.
Yeah, a few big wins from Pennsbury to take the bye against the Neshaminy. You know, they've been playing well all year. Pitching has been great. Hitting has been great. Fielding has been great. The one game we broadcast against Holy Ghost, big 8-0 win, a home run in that game, lots of great hitting, lots of great pitching, and we're going to be looking for the same of that today against Pennsbury. Lower Merion, a good squad, beat Haverford early in the year, which is the 1 seed. Haverford went 15-1, their only loss to Lower Merion, and Pennsbury, 5 losses on the year, but they've had a great season, and they're going to look to continue it today in a big game against Lower Merion.
Falcons 11-4, 5th in the district, SOL Patriot champions. Meanwhile, Lower Merion 12th in the district, coming in 10-6 on the year. We'll go over starting lineups in a bit, but you mentioned how good this pitching has been for the Falcons, and on the mound today is, for I believe the 3rd straight season, the first team SOL Patriot Division first team pitcher Keller Bradley on the mound today for the Falcons. And you want to talk about elite pitching, you point to Keller Bradley at the high school level.
Yeah, Vanderbilt commit. The game that he pitched against Holy Ghost, he was phenomenal. He hit the first batter, but after that didn't look back and threw a lot of good innings, and he's going to look to do the same against a good, scrappy Lower Merion team. And this will be a good game, but Keller's got to pitch well, and the hitting has to back him up. You got to score runs early to get ahead of this Lower Merion team, and if you score runs, then you have the Vanderbilt commit Keller Bradley right behind you. So if Pennsbury can score runs and Keller pitches like he always does, they should be good.
Here are the starting lineups for today's game between the Lower Merion Aces. Their Bulldog's name is Ace.
Okay.
So they're the Lower Merion Aces and the Pennsbury Falcons, starting with Lower Merion. Leading off and playing shortstop is Gus Wright. Batting second baseman number 5, Brody Slensky. Batting third, number 24, third baseman Toby Myers. Batting fourth, playing first base, is number 17, Nicholas Draught. Batting fifth is the center fielder, Calvin Rendell. Batting sixth is left fielder number 6, Charlie Parsons. Batting seventh and pitching for Lower Merion today is number 12, Justin Heck. Batting eighth, number 8, playing right field, is Brendan O'Gara. And batting ninth, catching for Lower Merion, number 14, Matt Hartstein. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's a pretty similar lineup to what we've seen all year. Leading off, playing center field, number 6 and first team all outfielder Evan Hawks. Batting second, honorable mention second baseman in the SOL Patriot Division is Carlton Crane. Batting third is the catcher, Dylan Hirsch. Batting fourth, all SOL Patriot Division second team shortstop Ryan Weber. Pierce Perry, all second team pitcher and outfielder. He hits fifth. Batting sixth is the designated hitter, getting all first team honors, Brendan Zuckerman. Batting seventh, playing left field, first team outfielder Ben Seidler. Batting eighth is third baseman Michael Sockness, honorable mention at third base. And batting ninth, playing first base, is the sophomore Owen Hawks. Very similar lineup to what we've seen from Coach Joe Pacey all season. Cal.
Yeah, he has put out this lineup, and this lineup has produced. They have produced a lot of series wins, a lot of runs, and a lot of great hitting to back up their pitching. You know, we can talk about how good the pitching has been this year with Keller Bradley, Mason Keith, and Pierce Perry. Those are like the three main guys. But then when you look at the hitting, you have Ryan Weber, you have Evan Hawks, you have Ben Seidler, you have Dylan Hirsch, all great players. And when you have that type of hitting, when you're a pitcher, you feel content and you feel happy with what you have behind you.
Please rise, remove your hats,
Winner of this game will take on the winner of Coatesville and Quakertown. Quakertown, the 13 seed. They beat Plymouth Whitemarsh, and Coatesville, the 4 seed. And we will step away for the national anthem here from Victor Politano Field. Lower Merion Aces, Pennsbury Falcons here from Vic Napolitano Field. Round 2 of the PIAA District 1 6A playoffs here at Pennsbury High School. Head coaches for both teams. For the Falcons, of course, Joe Pacey, who clinched win number 200 earlier this season, and Colin Quinn for Lower Merion. And as we get ready to take the field here from the Vic, and make sure you are subscribed to the Pennsbury Athletic YouTube channel so you never miss any Pennsbury action. We could have some more. This could be it for Falcon action this season, but make sure you stick around for future streams. We could have some more coming this year, and hopefully some more. Of course, we got volleyball. Could clinch states tonight. They would most likely have a home game, so hoping for that. Falcons, depending on some things, could have some more home games. As taking the field are the Falcons. Keller Bradley up on the mound. Similar defense for Pennsbury all the way around. Keller Bradley, of course, on the mound. Dylan Hirsch behind the plate. Missed just a few games to concussion this year, but other than that, has been consistent out there. Owen Hawks playing first base. Carlton Crane at second. Ryan Weber at shortstop. Michael Sockness over at third. Moving to the outfield, Ben Seidler in left. Evan Hawks in center field. And Pierce Perry in right field. And Lower Merion brings up their top 3. And Bradley, we know what we see from him. He's got the lights out fastball and the devastating breaking balls. But looking to do more of the same here this afternoon. And a huge game. Of course, playoffs, but it's single elimination. If you lose one of these games, your season is over. Falcons need just two wins to advance to the states. And they're looking to get step one here today.
Yeah, 100%. And last year they had a really solid squad. Unfortunately, lost in their first game they played here at home. Tough loss, but they're going to look to bounce back this year, playing against a good Lower Merion squad. I do have to say the jerseys, I kind of like the jerseys. I like the black on the white. I like the white lettering. I like the jerseys. But
yeah, and they got the maroon buttons down the sleeve.
And they have the logo on the back, too, which is pretty cool.
They got the ace. All right, we're getting ready to go here from Vic Napolitano Field, the Falcons and the Aces, round 2. Aces, this game is supposed to be played tomorrow, but there is incoming storms tomorrow, so we're playing today at the Vic, and the Aces played yesterday. Falcons had the bye. No need to worry about that. As here we go. Pitch number 1 to right is popped way behind us, and it's strike 1. Leadoff hitter Gus Wright for Lower Merion against the ace of the Falcons, Keller Bradley. 0-1 in the dirt. Bradley's gone with, he had the first pitch fastball, second pitch taken for a ball. 1-1 from Bradley, outside, but catches the corner of the zone for strike 2.
Yeah, perfect pitch there from Bradley. Great pitch call from the catcher, Dylan Hirsch.
Bradley shakes off Hirsch a few times. Time is called by Wright. Bradley looking for his pitch. And it's outside. 2-2. Bradley just one loss this season. 2-2. Just outside. And it's back to a full count. Bradley just one loss this season. It came to Ben Salem here at the Vic. Falcons unable to scander a run, I believe, in that game, and costed them mightily. 3-2 from Bradley. Line down the left field line. What a play by Sognus at third. Throw to first is just in time to get him. What a play by Michael Sognus down the line.
First out of the game, already phenomenal play by the Falcons. And I thought it was smoked, but Sognus able to get up and make a great play there for Falcons.
Diving to his left, rolling around down behind third base, and we got one out here in the top of the first, and it'll bring Brody Slensky up to the dish. First pitch he sees, he goes after for strike 1. Oh, 1 in there for strike 2. Nice breaking ball from Bradley. Oh, 2 outside. One, two, bounces in the dirt. Hirsch tried to block it, bounced off of him. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Got him, strike 3. Perfect pitch from Bradley for the first strikeout of the day, and there's 2 outs to the first.
There's the first one. You know, Keller gets a lot of them this gets a lot of them in general, and good to see he gets the first one in the first inning of the game.
Here's Myers now, the third baseman. Takes strike one on the outside corner. Bradley's found that outside strike. Just outside.
Tell him what's happening.
1-1. Bradley winds, deals the pitch. Low. 2-1. Fifteenth pitch from Bradley's in there for strike two. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Here in the top of the first. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Back-to-back Ks for Bradley. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the first.
Yeah, great first inning there for Keller, and we had a great play in the first out of the game from Michael Sognas there, and Keller throwing heat and two strikeouts, back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning, and now gets the Falcons' bats up and maybe get a lead for him.
The Pennsbury Athletic Department would like to thank our sponsors for their continued support to Chick-fil-A on Oxford Valley Road, Jammer Doors, Jones Engineering Associates, the Lower Bucks Hospital, Manor Care Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, the Newtown Dentistry for Kids, Retro Fitness, ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy. Left-hander out there for Lower Merion. We'll be back for the bottom of the first just after this.
Evan Hawks up for the Falcons. Bunts and a bunt single from Evan Hawks there. Creative from Pacey there to start the game with a bunt single. And you already got a runner on base. One pitch into this game as Carlton Crane comes up to the plate. Sorry, having some technical difficulties over here. Ben's trying to figure something out, but show goes on. As we have the southpaw facing the southpaw. And ball one.
It'll go down as a single for Hawks. Good way to start. Pickoff attempt. Safe as here's Carlton Crane. Stays up there. 1-0 is fouled back to the backfield. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh. 1-1 to Crane, just outside. Good eye there from Crane. Another pickoff attempt is unsuccessful. Crane voted honorable mention second baseman in the SOL Patriot division. 2-1, but bunt shown, and it was right there. Crane didn't bite at it, and it's 2-2 from starting pitcher Justin Heck. Heck's 2-2 is outside. Hawks steals second, throw down, he is safe. A stolen base for Hawks. And now Crane has a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two. Floated to left, foul. Carlton staying alive. Three-two. Shot to short, and it's dropped by right, and everyone will advance a base. Hawks gets to third. Crane gets to with the single. It was in and out of the glove of the diving Gus Wright.
Now batting, number 5, Dylan Hirsch.
It's an error. He's 6. And now here's Dylan Hirsch. Another pickoff attempt over at first base from the lefty. First pitch to Hirsch in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 to Hirsch. Oh, nope. Heck throws it over once again. Oh, 1. Hirsch lines it into left field, and catch is made. Throw home is late. Hawks scores on the sacrifice fly from Hirsch, and the Falcons on top 1-0.
Yeah, Falcons getting an early lead. Like I said earlier, you got to get a lead to be able to back up your pitcher, and they did just that. And now a 1-0 game, and got a runner on first, 1 out.
Here's Ryan Weber now, all-team second baseman. He takes strike 1.
Good pitch there from the southpaw.
Oh, 1 outside for ball 1. Falcons getting to Heck early. This is his 13th pitch, which is low for ball 2. Two, 1, runner goes. Weber pops it in foul territory. It should go out of play. Yep, off the top of the dugout. Hartstein dove into the dugout, slammed into the bench. But He's all good. Back to catch now. Two balls, 2 strikes to Weber. Heck deals, pitch inside, but called strike 3. Just caught the corner of the zone. A perfect pitch from Heck for out number 2.
Now batting.
Weber and I, we both thought that was a little in, but right on the black. Nice pitch.
I'll agree with you on that one. A little in.
All right, here's Pierce Perry now. He takes ball 1 just outside. The sophomore Perry, the all second team pitcher and outfielder, was excellent in the rotation for the Falcons this year. Takes ball 2. I'm sure he'll get some starts here in the postseason and some appearances if necessary. But definitely have confidence throwing him out there. 2-2, or 2-0, excuse me, is taken for strike 1. Two one. Outside. Twentieth pitch coming from Heck. Runner goes, but Perry pokes out at it. And Mac Pacey, that boy again, out to it.
He's always got that good hustle.
Yeah, in his final season with the Falcons, and who knows, this could be his final home game, which would be his final game.
Yeah.
3-2. Runner going again. Perry flies it out of play. And the count remains full.
Yeah, Pierce has looked really solid this year. He stepped into a big role with being that third option out of the starters, and he's also been hitting really well. So
3-2 in the dirt for ball 4. So now the base is loaded here in the first inning.
Number 19,
Or excuse me, runners on first and second. And it's all first team designated hitter Brendan Zuckerman with runners on first and second. Pitch curves in for a strike. Tough one to hit there.
yeah, that one was a little inside as well. Looked even a little high too, but from back here, it's a little hard to tell on those.
Hexo 1 is hit foul. Over to the right side. Falcons in their home all-white uniforms. Falcons script across the chest. Orange letter down in the left corner. Black lettering number on the back. Lower Merion black on white with some white piping, and Lower Merion across the chest outlined in their maroon. 0-2. Zuckerman bombs it into right center field. Back and makes an incredible catch is Rendell. Calvin Rendell sprawling out in right center field, covering tons of ground, and makes an incredible grab.
My jaw just dropped to the floor. That was a very impressive catch. Yeah, I haven't seen. We've seen a few diving plays the past 2 days, few of them, but that was the best one we've seen so far. And to rob Zuckerman of a double, which a bases clearing double, and keeps the score at 1-0. Phenomenal catch there.
Calvin Rendell saving some runs and getting the Aces out of the inning. We'll head to the top of the second here on the Pennsbury Athletic Network right after this. Top of the second inning. And Nicholas Draught leading us off against Keller Bradley. Bradley had the 1-2-3 first inning, ended it with back-to-back strikeouts. That went line to left field, past Weber for a base hit. Line drive there from Draught to get us started in the second.
Yeah, that ball, you know, really lots of velocity from Keller Bradley. And, you know, when you have that much velocity and hitter makes good contact, it's going to come back out at the same speed or even harder. So that ball was smoked right past Ryan Weber. Nothing he could do about that one.
Here's Calvin Rendell, who made the catch out in center field. He fouls off the first pitch. Oh, 1 from Bradley. Put the bunt down was Rendell, but he got hit in the foot on the curveball. And he'll try to get to first base. Really can't put anything on that right leg, on that right foot.
Yeah, that hurts. Fastball right to the foot. That's the worst, one of the worst possible areas you could get hit. Especially in a game like this. You just don't want to get hit in general, but then get hit in the foot. That's the guy who just made that amazing catch, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that stinks. That one hurts. Looks like he's going to tough it out.
Yeah, Rendell, he's going to stay out there in first base. That's pretty incredible. There's a ton of pain. Couldn't look like he's going to walk, and he's going to go out to first. So runners on first and second for Parsons. He tries to put the bunt down. He gets it down. Bradley to his right off the mound, throws to first. Gets the out. Sacrifice is successful. And it's the first out of the inning, but all the runners move over.
Yeah, that was a perfect bunt right there, and that was a great play by Keller to be able to get off the mound and get the out at first. But now you have second and third with only one out. You need a strikeout or a fly out or a pop out here to be able to maybe not give up any runs if you're Pennsbury.
First pitch to the pitcher, Heck, is taken for strike one. Heck, lefty thrower, righty batter. I don't see that very often.
No, you don't. That was some heat right there as well.
0-1. Grounded to first. Hawks makes the play, throws home, and they get the out at home.
Phenomenal play by Hawks there to pick up that the runner was going home. But in that situation, if you're the runner, you do not want to go on that because you have second and third. You only have one out. And if I were the runner, I would hold up there. So they take the out at first, but you still have a chance to get the run home. That's just a poor base running error by the runner there.
Yeah, that was Draught running to first, or running home on that, and didn't have to. There was no force, and cost the Aces a run. They'll have a pinch runner. It's Trevor Roman going out to run at first for Heck, and now here is Brendan O'Gara. He chops at it right back to the mound. Bradley, easy play to first, then the inning is over.
Keller Bradley doing a phenomenal job there of getting out of that inning. You know, he made a great play to get that first out, and then he made a great play there to be able to get the third out. And Keller doing the work himself, but you also got to recognize Hawks making a great play at first, able to get the runner out and keeping this at a 1-0 ball game, and the Falcons have the lead.
No runs, one hit, two left, as the Falcons hold on to their 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second inning. As we want to thank our sponsors for their continued support. The Chick-fil-A on Oxford Valley Road, Jambadores, Jones Engineering Associates, the Lower Bucks Hospital, Manicare Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, the Newtown Dentistry for Kids, Retro Fitness, ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy. Falcons lead 1-0 after 1.5 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Falcons will bring to the plate Ben Seiler, Michael Sognes, and Owen Hawks. And thank you for listening to the Pennsbury Athletic YouTube channel today. Ben Goldstein alongside Cal Toter. And for those wondering where a score bug is, we're working on it, having some technical difficulties at the moment, but trying to figure it out. So stick with us. We'll keep you along with the score. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. As we get ready to get back underway, here's Seidler stepping up to the dish. Seidler, all SOL Patriot Division outfielder.
Now batting, number 3, Ben Seiler.
Falcons got the first run on a sacrifice fly from Hirsch, and that one's tapped foul. 0-1. Oh, 1 outside. Some heat there from Heck. Heck threw 25 pitches in the first inning. His 28th gets a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And it's 1-2. 1-2. Chopped back to Heck. He makes the play. Lefty throw to first is in time. 1-3 on the putout for out number 1.
Yeah, Heck doing a good job there of getting off the mound and making a play. Pitchers, fielding practice.
Yeah, what the heck?
What the heck?
A lot of plays back to the pitchers today.
Yeah.
Here's Sognes. He takes strike 1, curving in. Sognes, third base, honorable mention in the SOL Patriot. So he's down 0-2. Had that homer against Holy Ghost, just one of 2 home runs hit by the Falcons this season. Takes ball 1 high. That was on that windy day back in April against Holy Ghost here at the Vic. 1-2. Sognes thought about it. The appeal, no swing. It's 2-2.
Good hold there by Sognes on a pretty good pitch.
2-2. Sognes hits the breaking ball to short. Throw to first is in time by Wright. 6-3 on the putout. There's 2 away.
Thought there was maybe a chance there for that one to get away. That one took a few weird hops, but shortstop able to make the play, and 2 outs now for the Falcons.
First pitch to Owen Hawks is swung on and missed for strike 1. But efficient inning this time around for Heck. Again, through the first 2 batters on just 10 pitches. Hawks fouls it away. It's 0-2. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Second strikeout of the day for Heck, and it's a 1-2-3 second. For Justin Heck. No runs, no hits, nobody left. As we enter the top of the third inning, Falcons on top 1-0 as we've played 2 from the Vic. Top of the third inning, as you can see on our score bug that Cal Toter fixed. Cal
I know.
Toter is an OBS expert, so if anybody
I
needs
guess
him for
so.
OBS, give him a call.
Let me know. Phone's always open.
9-hitter up is Hartstein against Keller Bradley. First pitch is in there for strike one. A little bit of trouble for Bradley in that last inning. Had some base runners on, but he was able to escape it thanks to some poor base running and some plays made by himself.
Yeah, he had a great last inning, a great 2 plays, and his defense also backing him up. And Keller is doing a good job of keeping his pitch count low so far. He's getting ahead in counts. He is getting the batters to 0-2, 0-1, 1-2, like all the things you want to do as a pitcher, he is doing. And again, here he is in an 0-2 count.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Third strikeout for Bradley. And there's one quick out in the third. 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
That one was gross. That one, it looked like it started towards the inside part of the plate, towards the middle of the part of the plate, and that one just finished in the lefty batter's box. That was very impressive from Keller Bradley.
Back
And
to the top of the order, and he kind of throws the same pitch to right for strike one.
coming right back at him with the same exact pitch. You know, if you're a hitter up there, you're going to be expecting the fastball, but then you see the off speed come along and you just don't know what to do. There's nothing you really can do. But, oh, that one came back to us.
0-1 is spiked. Mac Pacey with the hustle. He's kind of wearing the, remember the old Jose Alvarado necklaces?
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
an orange and black one on over there.
Jose Alvarado.
Oh, man. 1-1 outside. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Right grounded out to shortstop his last time up on a full count. 2-1 is swung on a miss in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Bradley evening up the count here.
Yeah, that off speed is very difficult to hit if you are a hitter up there.
2-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Hirsch able to get there, throw to first, and it's in time. Back-to-back strikeouts, 4 on the day, and there's 2 outs.
Yeah, Keller has looked really good so far. He's been getting up in these counts, and he's keeping his pitch count low, and he is getting strikeouts. It's exactly what you need if you're a pitcher, and he's already got that 1-run lead, which you want to keep, and he's been doing a good job of that.
Slensky up now. He struck out looking back in the first inning. He'll take ball 1 way outside.
On those fastballs that have been outside, it looks like he's pulling it a little bit. He's releasing a little late, and his arm is coming across his body, which is leading to him pulling the ball. Seems like a lot of his pitches have been outside today. He could also be overthrowing a little bit. You know, nerves run high. It's a big game. His 3rd start in a playoff game, so nerves could be high. But he so far has overcame that, and he's been tossing out there.
2 balls and a strike to Slensky, and he may be pulling the ball a little bit, but he's still finding his way in the strike zone, exploiting that outside corner. 2-1 pitch. It's fouled off back to the dugout, and count evened up. It's 2-2.
Yeah, it seems like when he's able to throw that.
Oh. Mac almost just took out the umpire there. Fired the ball back at him. Nobody was looking. Off the shin guard. Lucky he didn't get tossed.
Yeah. But it seems like when Keller's able to throw that off speeds for a strike, he likes to go back to it again, and it helps him get back into the zone with his fastball.
2-2, runs high. And it's a full count to Slensky. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Bradley looking to get his second 1-2-3 inning, and he
There
gets
it
it.
is.
Strike 3 on the outside corner, 6K of the day, and he strikes out the side here in the third inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left. 3 Ks for Bradley in the third as he continues to roll here in the second round of PIAA District 1 6A playoffs at home against Lower Merion. Again, the winner of this game, if it's Lower Merion, they're traveling Pennsbury, they have a chance to stay home depending on what happens in the Coatesville-Quakertown matchup, which is going on right now as well. So we'll keep an eye on that and give you some updates. Quakertown, the 13 seed. Oh, Quakertown, if Quakertown wins, whoever is playing this game will have another home game. So
All right.
depending on what happens,
'cause Lower Marion's
either of these
12.
either of these teams could be staying home. Coatesville, the 4 seed, so you're either staying home or you're traveling.
With all this rain coming, when are they going to play these games?
I don't know. That game is scheduled for Friday,
Okay, that makes Friday doesn't look too terrible.
but this game was originally scheduled to be today, or for Wednesday. So they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the weather right now, by the way, beautiful day for baseball today, 68 degrees, just a little bit of a breeze. Sun was out, now some cloud coverage.
Perfect day for baseball.
But when you look at it, Friday there's a 40% chance of rain. Wednesday's 95, Thursday's 100.
Oh,
Friday, 40% chance of rain, 63 degrees. Chance of participation, it's looking like more in the morning. So it should be good for baseball, especially here at the Vic. They always keep such great care of these fields as Evan Hawks back up for his second time, takes ball 1, had a base hit his last time up, came around to score. "1-0 in there for strike 1. Seemed to be running inside, but just caught the corner.
yeah. The ump has been favoring these inside pitches all game today, and
Popped into center. Rendell, easier play than the last one he had to make. There's out number 1.
Now batting.
yeah, as I was saying, the ump has been favoring that inside part of the plate today, and it has been helping out heck out there.
Here's Carlton Crane. A little bit more of a wind gust there. Crane takes strike 1 right down the pipe. Carlton reached on an error back in the first, and he takes strike 2.
Yeah, 0-2 count here. If you're Carlton, you just want to battle and try and get back into this count, you know. Just because you're down 0-2 doesn't mean the at-bat's over.
Crane grounds it to the right side, sprawling to his right is Sunsky. Throw to first is in time. 4-3 on the putout, and there's 2 outs here in the third. I shouldn't have said anything about the wind, because now all of a sudden we got some stronger winds. We can never escape the wind when we're out here.
I know. Yesterday was windy. My God, that Holy Ghost game, that was
absurd.
yeah. But this has it's been okay, but
Yeah, now we got some more cloud coverage. Winds coming along with it as Hirsch takes ball outside. Runs in. Dylan Hirsch had a really slow start to his year. It took him a few games to get his first hit. Had a hot streak, got the concussion, came back and went 4 for 4. There's a curveball for a strike. And first came back off the concussion, went 4 for 4. And has
it's a good day.
been hitting well ever since. 2-1 off the elbow.
Good thing he's got that elbow guard.
Now batting.
Henry Garlitz
Number 1,
will courtesy run at first base for Hirsch as he will put his catching gear back on. Henry Garlitz, fellow Pennsbury athletic intern out there.
Yes, sir.
Here's Ryan Weber now. Second all-team shortstop in the SOL Patriot Division. Also, West Point commit. He's been committed as a freshman and now as a senior, possibly playing his final game here at the Vic. First one to Weber inside. Sun back out here at Victor Napolitano Field. Wado just in there for a strike out of the outside corner.
But yeah, the zone is on the bigger side today. You know, we've seen some curveballs, questionable curveballs called for a strike, and we've seen some questionable fastballs outside and out.
Line into right center field. It'll split the gap and roll all the way to the wall. Garlitz will round third. He's going to score. Weber is trying to stretch it out for a triple. He slides in safely. RBI triple for Ryan Weber. And it's 2-0 Falcons.
Excuse me, Ryan Weber. That ball was smoked into right center field, and there's nothing you can do if you're the outfielders there. And Weber speeding for a triple, and Garlett's doing a great job of scoring from first there, and giving the Falcons another run with 2 outs.
You really saw the speed of Weber there. Weber is really a 5-tool player. He can do it all and hasn't really gotten a huge opportunity to show off the speed here at home, and certainly did it right there as Perry takes a ball inside.
I was just to say, it was a very clean slide, too.
Yeah, it was a nice slide. 1-0 outside. So it's 2-0 Pennsbury here in the bottom of the third inning. Falcons making good work of Justin Heck getting up to the lefty. His second pitch is outside, and 3-0. Heck up to 53 pitches.
He's getting up there in this bottom of the third.
3-0, curves in.
Pennsbury has been doing a good job of getting into deep counts, driving Heck's pitch count up, already up to 54 on the day.
3-1. Perry pops it into center field. Rendell over makes the catch, and the inning is over. 1 run on 1 hit, and 1 left over at third. Pennsbury up 2-0. As we head to the top of the fourth, this is the Pennsbury Athletic Network. Top of the fourth inning here from Victor Napolitano Field. Falcons lead it 2-0 over the Lower Merion Aces here in round 2 of the PIAA District Playoff 6A division.
You know, this is back-to-back days where the opposing team has had a dog mascot.
Yeah, we did the Downingtown West game. What were they?
They were the
Whippets.
The Whippets.
First pitch here in the fourth is a strike to Myers. Myers struck out his last time up. Oh, 1 from Bradley, who's in the dirt.
All right, what do you think would win the fight? A Whippet or Ace the Bulldog?
I mean, you're never betting against the Bulldog.
Yeah. That Whippet, it was tall though.
2-1.
You can't bet against a Bulldog.
Still got a Falcon over a Bulldog, though.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
2-1 from Keller, outside. Seems to be pulling it here in this at-bat against Toby Myers. Three one is in there for strike number 2. Three two. Called strike 3. Fourth straight strikeout for Bradley. It's his 7th today. It's his 2nd time Myers has struck out. And there's the first out of the inning.
That was some paint from Keller on the outside corner there. And some velocity, too. And he has been chucking the ball today. 4 straight strikeouts.
Third backwards K of the night for Bradley. And here is Drought, who takes strike 1. Bradley has found the zone here in the 3rd and 4th inning. 0-1. Tipped foul, and it's 0-2.
This is, when you're standing back here, it's crazy. You see that. You see the velocity from the fastball, and then you see the movement on that slider, curveball, whatever he throws. And it's just insane. And the speed difference, too. It's really hard to believe, but he has been
0-2,
throwing well.
just slow. Yeah, I mean, Vanderbilt commit, and you can certainly see why.
Yeah. I mean, 7 strikeouts already. It's only the 4th inning.
Looking to make it 5 straight. K's. 1-2. Oof. Fastball low. Two balls, 2 strikes. Called strike 3. 5 straight strikeouts for Bradley.
Yeah, Keller's been painting that outside corner all day, and Lower Merion just can't seem to hit it. It is just perfect pitch after perfect pitch after perfect pitch, and 8 strikeouts on the day. And he's just going to keep rolling.
First pitch to Rendell is low for ball 1. 7 strikeouts.
7, sorry.
I think I said the wrong thing, too.
That happens.
1-0. Tipped into the glove. But 5 straight Ks is correct. So we got that going.
All right.
1-1. Called for strike 2.
Yeah, I don't know if it was 6, 7, or 8 strikeouts, but hey, turned out to be 7.
Bradley looking for his 6th straight strikeout. And he gets it. 6 straight Ks for Bradley. He struck out the side for the 2nd straight inning.
Yeah, he just cannot be touched. He just cannot be touched. And, 8 strikeouts now. Now that's correct. We know that's correct.
That's definitely right.
8 strikeouts, only one hit given up. He's made a few plays himself. Keller has just been dominating this Lower Merion team, and his offense is backing him up as well with 2 runs.
Locked in is a great way to describe Bradley over these last 2 innings. The Pennsbury Athletic Department would like to thank our sponsors for their continued support. Chick-fil-A on Oxford Valley Road, Chamber Doors, Jones Engineering Associates, the Lower Bucks Hospital, Manicare Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, the Newtown Dentistry for Kids, the Retro Fitness, ShopRite of Yardley, and U.S. Navy. Well, Bradley rolling. Falcons hitting well as we head to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0. Pennsbury leads.
Rendell
Bottom of the fourth, 2-0 Pennsbury. Ben Goldstein alongside California Toter here at the Vic. Zuckerman stepping in against Heck. First pitch is behind him.
I thought that got him. Max got to get that one.
Yeah, I don't know where he was.
He's not locked in. He's got to get locked in.
1-0 is inside as well, and it's 2-0 to Zuckerman. Zuckerman lined out to center. He had that crazy catch from Rendell. He was robbed. That ball is crushed deep to center field. Rendell back towards the wall, and he's there. 2 barrels from Zuck, but both are caught by Rendell in center field, and there's 1 out.
And unfortunately, he just missed that one. He got under it, and of course, it was the deepest part of the yard. If that's to left field, that ball might be gone, but just got under it, and a fly out. Back to the center fielder again.
Yeah, long, loud out towards the 390 sign in center field. Here's Seiler. He lines that one to center, and Rendell, perfect spot. Back-to-back L8s, and it's 2 outs.
Rendell getting a lot of work out there today.
Yeah, you made that incredible catch back in the first, and some relatively easy work after.
Now that Zuckerman one that's a tough play to make.
Yeah, he was there, gliding like a gazelle.
Yeah.
Line to first, right past Drought, and it's a single for Sognes.
Yeah, I think he was looking fastball in that one, but it was a curveball, and he was a little late on that. But gets by the first baseman for a single.
Number 7, Owen Hawks.
You know,
Owen Hawks struck out on 3 pitches back in the second.
I feel like the 3 hits doesn't represent the Falcons today. I mean, they have been hitting the ball all over the yard today. Just a lot of great outfield play from the lower Merion aces.
Yeah, you got a lot of barrels from the Falcons, just not falling. Still lead it 2-0 as Hawks takes strike 1. I don't know what just happened. I was like,
That happens. You're humans.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch low.
Already at 63 pitches in this 4th inning. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a guy get up in the pen.
2-1 is popped to center, and Rendell will make every play in the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We'll head to the 5th. Falcons lead 2-0. This is the Pennsbury Athletic Network. Top of the 5th inning, Falcons lead it 2-0. Keller Bradley coming into the inning with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not even 5, 6 straight strikeouts. He struck out the side in the last 2 innings, getting K's, striking out Hartstein, Wright, Slensky, Myers, Drop, and Rendell. And now he'll go against Charlie Parsons. He's got 8 Ks. And his first pitch to Parsons is Low for a ball.
I feel like
That was
Blue has called that one at some points today.
Yeah, it came in with some heat.
Yeah.
1-0. Tap foul.
I think that was the fastest I've ever seen Mac run. Just flying.
He ain't messing around. He's making up for the
Nope.
last inning. He didn't get there. 1-1 to Parsons. Hooked outside. Two one. Ball low. 3 balls and a strike. It's a spot where Keller Bradley hasn't been all afternoon.
Yeah, we have not seen this from him yet today, and hopefully he can battle back here. But 3-1, still possible. Oh,
Just outside, ball 4. The strikeout streak comes to an end. It's the second leadoff base runner of the afternoon for the Aces, and Dylan Hirsch goes out to talk
I think
Bradley.
in that at bat, he got down and he just started to overthrow. He was trying to hit the strike zone. He was trying to aim it, and when that happens, sometimes you tend to overthrow. But you know, there were a few calls in there that could have gone either way. So when you're a pitcher and you see that happen, then
Pickoff attempt.
sometimes you can get in your own head. But he's gonna look to bounce back here.
First pitch home is lined right to second. Throw back to first
Wow.
is not in time. Great play by
Ooh.
Carlton Crane and a great snapback throw. High baseball IQ, but sliding back just in time was Parsons. So Heck goes down on a line out, and there's one out.
Yeah, that was good reaction time for the runner to get back there. That ball was smoked, ended up in Carlton's glove, and great throw from Carlton. Was not able to nab the runner.
Here's O'Gara. He hits that one foul to the right side for strike 1.
This is what you like to see from Keller, getting ahead in the count here. 0-1. Got a quick out. Last batter.
Oh, 1 outside.
A lot of clapping going on.
O'Gara swings and a miss. Ball was in the dirt. Able to chase at it. Brendan O'Gara down to 1-2.
He swinging for the worms.
Bradley's 1-2 delivery home is lined to third, right over the head of Sognis, and it's a fair ball. It'll roll down the left field line towards the bullpen. And up to second goes O'Gara. Parsons to third. And it's a 1-out double for O'Gara in the Lower Merion's got something cooking here in the 5th.
Yeah, the Aces have finally started to pick up on that fastball and on that breaking pitch, and Keller's going to have to do some more work here. He's not going to be able to cruise along like he was. The Aces are starting to pick it up, and he's got to, you know, start to mix it up a little bit, and we'll see what he can do here. But this is really the first time in this game that the Aces have flirted with some runs, and we'll see what they can do here. But hopefully Keller can battle back, get some outs, and not give anything up.
Here's Hartstein, takes strike 1. Hartstein was the first of the 6 straight strikeouts. That streak began in the 3rd inning. Bradley's 0-1. Popped into center. Hawks back. Makes the catch. Parsons tagging, and nope, he'll be held at third. What a throw by Evan Hawks to hold the runner. Nobody advances, and there's 2 outs.
Evan Hawks doing a great job at getting behind the ball, coming through it, and making a perfect throw to the cutoff man and holding the runner at third. And now with 2 outs, Keller Bradley can relax a little bit, and he doesn't have to really place it. He's just got to get the out. He's got to get a ground ball, got to get a fly out or a strikeout. But
Hawks showing off why he deserves that first team All-SOL Patriot outfield. As back to the top of the order, Wright fouls that one off.
that ball had a lot of velocity on it from center field.
Oh, 1 pitch. Popped into right. Perry to his right. Over, makes the catch, and Bradley escapes with no damage. No runs. 1 hit, 2 left. Both stranded at second and third. Bradley able to get out of it with no damage. Pennsbury Athletic Department would like to thank their sponsors for their continued support. The Chick-fil-A on Oxon Valley Road, Jammer Doors, Jones Engineering Associates, the Lower Bucks Hospital, Medicare Health Service of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, the Newtown Dentistry for Kids, Retro Fitness, ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy. We head to the bottom of the 5th, 2-0 Falcons. Bottom of the 5th, 2-0 Pennsbury leads.
You know, I do have to say, Keller, you know, we talk about his velocity, we talk about his off-speed, but he's able to get out of jams like he just did. He's able to create those ground balls, those flyouts, those pop-ups, and get those strikeouts. Getting Pennsbury out of it.
Hawks leads off the 5th, takes ball 1 low. 1 for 2 today as he fouls that one to the left side. One. Curves in on Hawks' hands, and he's able to get a piece of it and fouls it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2, way outside. Not a competitive pitch there from Heck.
Just a bit outside.
Count even at 2. The pitch outside. Hawks works the count full.
Yeah, Hawks doing a good job here of getting back into the count.
Call it a quab.
Quab.
Love a good quab.
Yes, you always love those good quabs.
3-2 outside. Ball 4. Hawks worked his way back into it and reaches base.
Great at bat by Hawks. Going down 0-2, 1-2, and able to battle back and get on base for Carlton Crane.
Call that a gab. Great at bat.
How about a good quab? Great quality at bat. No, you don't like it too much? I feel like it's too much.
It's way too much going on.
Yeah, I think either you got to keep it at quab or you got to keep it at gab.
Crane 0 for 1 today. Reached on an error back in the first. Takes strike 1. Falcons have had Hawks and Crane at 1 and 2 for the majority of this season, and it's obviously had a ton of success, and they both like hitting there. Hawks has been, well, I believe Crane started leading off, and then they flipped him to the bottom of the order, and then put them both at 1-2. Throw down to second, skips on by. Not a great throw from Hartstein, and Second stolen base of the day for Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks using his wheels, showing why he is an all-Patriot League.
2-1 coming home to Crane. Crane shows bunt, lays it down, and it skips foul. It's 2-2.
Good idea there from Coach Pacey, laying down. Good old bunt and steal there. It's almost a good bunt, almost a perfect bunt.
Two balls, two strikes. Crane now forced to swing. Hex looks back, delivers home. Popped into the air, left field, towards foul territory, and it'll go by Myers and drop foul. Crane stays alive.
Yeah, Crane having another quab here, staying alive and having a good at-bat.
Back-to-back quabs for Pennsbury.
Back-to-back quabs. I'd like to see that. And pitch count at 75 here in this 5th inning.
It came into the inning, I believe he had 66. 2-2 from Heck. Ball 3. Mound visit from Hartstein. Him and Heck not on the same page. Couple measly charges there.
Heard maybe a 1 or 2, maybe 3. I like the idea though. Idea.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Crane. Works his way back into the AB. Forces the full count. Heck looks back. Wines deals the pitch. Floated. Out of play. Off the dugout roof. Crane stays alive.
Long at bat for Crane, forcing the pitcher to get his pitch count up and making some good swings, fouling off some good pitches.
7 pitch at bat. Here comes pitch number 8 from Heck. And Crane goes fishing for strike 3.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. That's a good pitch on the outside part of the plate, but if you're Crane there, he's just trying to fight that one off just a little late there, and fortunately strikeout. But you got the meat of your order coming up, so you got a runner in scoring position. You want to try and get him in here.
Future Bloomsburg Husky Dylan Hirsch, committed to Bloomsburg, takes a pitch inside. Able to get out of the way. Hirsch was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Took it off the back. Or off the elbow.
Good thing he had an elbow guard.
1-0. Grounded to 3rd, stays fair. Myers throw to first is in time. Hawks advances. Arms are up in the air, and they're going to call it a foul ball. That was kind of a late foul ball call.
Yeah, a little late. The whole play almost.
The whole play, the play was over by the time. I mean, there was nobody yelled it or. I mean, now it's the playoffs, so you got the 3 umpires.
3 umpires is pretty nice.
Yeah, you got the one behind the plate. The other one standing over at second base, but was stationed at first. The other one over at third. They should always have stationed at first base.
Yeah.
Time called by Hirsch. You should have. There should be a home plate umpire, a first base umpire, and then there should always. And then the other kind of gets a position. In this case, I feel like it'd be in between 3rd and 2nd.
Yeah. I agree.
80 pitches for Heck. He deals home. Looks back. Keeps looking. Now deals the 1-1. Low for ball 2.
If you have that setup, though, it's going to be tough to get those plays at second, those close plays at second. And I mean, I guess
But
not.
there's no runner at first.
Yeah. I don't know.
2-1. Curveball in there for a strike.
Yeah, good curveball getting the top of the zone there. Floating it in there. And Hirsch probably was not expecting that.
Two to Hirsch. Inside, and it's a full count. 3 straight quabs.
Yeah, Hirsch doing a good job of battling in this at-bat, and, you know, all inning. The only 3 hitters in this inning have all had great at-bats, and pitch count is up to 83, almost 20 pitches in this inning already.
Heck steps off prior to the 3-2 pitch. He's been staring at Hawks back there at second.
Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna go or not, but he keeps looking.
3-2. Inside, ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Runners on first and second for Ryan Weber.
Number 1, Ryan Weber.
If you remember last inning, or last time he was up, he smoked one into the right center gap, so he's gonna look to do that again here in this at-bat. And, you know, 84 pitches, you got to think Heck is getting a little tired now. You got to see someone warm up in the pen here, but
You see if you catch a number on him?
no, they have their
Oh, they have their
their
warm up.
covers.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That's really not helping us out.
no. But it looks like they're giving him a little bit more time to warm up here.
Yeah, little meeting on the mound. Colin Quinn coming out. Yeah, Weber's last time up had the big RBI triple. And when you look out there, when the outfielders get back to position, they still have a ginormous gap in right center field. Weber was able to hit one right there in his last AB, of course, getting to all the way to third on it.
Yeah, gonna look to do that again.
Yeah, see if he can do it again. 2-0 Falcons. Runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 5th. This is the Pennsbury Athletic Network. Ben Goldstein alongside Cal Toter. All right, back ready to go here at the Vic. Long mound visit. And Weber, he's got 2 on with 1 out. First pitch to him is smoked into center field. Back goes Rettel, and he'll drop it. Had it in his glove. Hawks will come around, and he will score. And Rendell, who has been so good out there in center.
Okay, so
Weber is
Called
out at
because
first base.
he overran Garlitz. So what happened was Garlitz, he stopped because he thought that Randall caught the ball. So when Weber was running, he rounded the base while Garlitz was still on the base, and then he told Garlitz to run. Garlitz ran. They called him safe at second, but they called Weber out at first. Looks like the umps are going to talk about it because Garlitz on the play, Garlitz might have been out at second, but that could possibly be a double play there for the Aces.
in which no run would score.
Yes. But
So right now, it's
Well-
it's an error on Rendell. However, it could be an error, and then it'd be an error, and then a 8-4-3 double play, which is not something you see every day.
we'll see what they say here. Long talk here, but
It's definitely a tough call. So here's the call.
Weber's still on first though, so we'll see what they say here. coaches.
They're going to bring out both coaches. And they're going to do a rock, paper, scissors. Or they're explaining the situation to both of them.
That'd be pretty funny, you know, if you see Pacey going in rock, paper, scissors. I think the first base umpire is just explaining what he saw.
Weird situation here at the Vic.
Haven't seen this in a while, or ever. Honestly, I don't really see. I watch a lot of baseball, and I haven't seen this.
Well, you see guys overrun base runners before, but you never see where it could be a double play.
Yeah,
which would end the inning and no run would be scored in a playoff game.
And it was a forced play at second, right? Wait. Yeah, forced play at second. So yeah, there would definitely be no run that scores if it is a double play.
Because it's a force at both bags.
Yeah. I wonder what's gonna happen here. We'll be able to tell by. Wow, this is a long
discussion here. And while this is going on, we'll thank our sponsors for their continued support: Chick-fil-A on Oxford Valley Road, Jammer Doors, Jones Engineering Associates, the Lower Bucks Hospital, Manor Care Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, the Newtown Dentistry for Kids, the Retro Fitness, ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy. Now Coach Pacey looks like he's had enough, and he's going to go talk to the pitcher, Heck, for some reason. I'm not sure why. Coach Quinn of Lower Merion seems to be questioning the decision, so it looks like this call could be toward Pennsbury in some sort of way.
We could see no outs happen here. I mean, you never know, but it just depends on what the umpire saw. My guess is that Weber is going to be safe. Garlitz is going to be out run scores. That's my guess. Man, Randall's mad at himself out there. I've been watching him a little bit, and he's just been his body language. He's not happy that he dropped that ball.
Yeah, I mean, Rendell, he has been so good out there in center. Had the great catch on Zuckerman to his spalling out to his right. Another one where he had to go back towards his left.
I think that one was like one of the more routine plays he had today. That one, it just did not. Just wasn't able to hold on. Here's a call.
Here we go. Weber's out at first, and Garlitz is safe at second.
Wow.
So I'm going to mark it. It's an E8, and then we're going to go 8, 4, 3, and that is the first out of the inning. Meanwhile, run scores Hawks, and Garlitz moves up to second. So because Weber overran Garlitz, Weber is out at first base.
And I guess Garlitz I guess the call was just safe.
Second, yeah.
Okay.
So anyway.
My prediction was wrong, but.
Anyway, it's 3-0 Pennsbury. It is no RBI and not an earned run. That one lined up the middle for a base hit. Garlitz will score. No controversy on this one, as it's an RBI single for Pierce Perry.
Wow, Pierce Perry coming through with a shot up the middle, and Randall, again, he back-to-back plays. You got a feel for the kid. You know, he drops a pop fly in center, and then he boots that one away. You know, he might have had a chance at getting Garlitz there. He was flying, but you never know. You could have had a chance, and he just booted it away. And Pennsbury now up 4-0 with 2 outs.
When one thing happens to you in this game, it's the baseball gods just hate you, and it keeps spiraling and spiraling, and I mean, you see it all the time, and it's just baseball's a sick sport. Zuckerman takes strike one. He's been a victim of 2 incredible catches by Rendell out there in center field. The script has sort of flipped on the ace center fielder. Zuck takes ball 1 inside.
Well, you can't make every play. I mean, you can, but
1-1. Runs up and in, or up and out.
You know,
2-1. The outside corner, ball 2.
you know, 4-0 lead here for Pennsbury. You can't you got to keep going, but
All right, ball 4. I had the balls and strikes wrong, but that's ball 4. Third walk of the inning. And another base runner for the Falcons. And in from the bullpen come the Lower Merion reliever. So with 2 outs. Heck's going to stay out there. This could be his final batter. Or they'll just have him finish the inning here with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Here's Seidler. He's 0 for 2 today. Takes the ball outside.
yeah, this has turned into a good rally for the Falcons in this inning, scoring 2 runs and maybe even more with runner in scoring position.
Floated into left field. And over to make the catch is Parsons for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, a confusing but successful inning for the Falcons thanks to the runs scored by Hawks on the weird situation that occurred with Weber and Garlitz and everything. But in the end, it's a run for the Falcons, and they lead it 4-0. And the RBI single from Pierce Perry. 4-0 Falcons as we head to the top of the 6th. Top of the 6th, Falcons are 6 outs away from moving on to what would be the quarterfinal of the PIAA District 1 6A playoffs, where they would either play the 4-seed Coatesville or come back home and face the 13-seed Quakertown. There's a ball outside. First pitch to Slensky. He was thinking about it, but
Almost.
didn't bite. Bradley's 68th pitch is popped into center. Hawks back a bit and makes the catch for the 1st out of the inning.
Yeah, Bradley only had 68 pitches here in the top of this 6th inning. He has been cruising all game. You know, it was really only the 1st and the 5th inning where he could have had second inning and the 5th inning where could have given up some runs, but able to get out of it and gets a quick 1st out in this inning.
First pitch is outside to Toby Myers. '70th pitch from Bradley. Spiked in the dirt. 2-0. Myers is 0 for 2 today. He's struck out twice.
So if you're Pacey here, you have another possible game Friday do you look to take Keller out early, or do you let him ride until he can't go anymore?
There's a strike there. If I were Pacey, I have so much confidence in my pitching staff. It was what their number one viewpoint of the season was, is how deep their pitching staff is. Swing and a miss. Strike two. I have confidence in Mason Keith, who's a second-team All-SOL Patriot, going out there and pitching in a playoff game. I have confidence in Pennsbury, who is another second-teamer for pitching, going out there and dominating. I have confidence in my bullpen that can back him up. And there's a swing and a miss for strike three. Out number two. 9th strikeout for Bradley. And if you need Bradley to come out of the bullpen, he'll be on 2 days or 3 days where he'll be able to do that, presumably. But at this point, 73 pitches, he won't be able to start again, so I would let him ride. Maybe rest some of your other guys for a possible game on Friday.
Yeah, there's 2 pluses in this situation. You have Keller for the rest of this game, and you're also able to save your bullpen for the next game, next possible game. 4-0 lead, and he's been dominating all game. Yeah, I think if you're Pacey, you let him ride and you let him try and finish out this game if he can. You don't want to waste any of your bullpen arms if you don't have to. And 75 pitches in the 6th inning, 2 outs. Gets a quick out here.
1-1 is hit into left, hit well. Seidler back, tracking back, but reaches up and makes the catch just in front of the play ball baseball camp sign. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. Everyone's running off the field.
That's the 3rd out.
That's the 3rd out. Inning was so quick, and I thought there were 2 outs.
That's all right.
All right, well, 1-2-3 inning for Bradley. 3rd time he's done that today, and the Falcons are 3 outs away from moving on to this quarterfinal of the SOL, or the PIAA District 1 6A playoffs. Different pitcher out there for Lower Merion. We'll have all that when we come back right after this on the Pennsbury Athletic Network. New pitcher in for Lower Merion. It's Peyton Spiegler. And left-hander Heck. I mean, it just had some tough luck at some points, but other than that was pretty good against Pennsbury. 5 innings, 3 strikeouts, but the issue came with 4 walks along with 4 hits. 4 runs were scored against him. Just 3 of them were earned. Also hit 2 batsmen. And threw 93 pitches against the Pennsbury Falcons, which you look at that line, it's not too bad, but you look at the walks and the runs, and that's just what this Falcon lineup will do to you.
Yeah, and yeah, this Falcon lineup, a lot of great hits today. Only 4 hits, but so many barrels. I feel like I remember so many barrels. Point out one, Brendan Zuckerman.
He had 2 of them.
He had 2, yes,
which
yeah.
did not fall.
Yeah, the first one, that was the craziest catch I've ever seen in center field, and then another barrel, and it was caught again by center field over his shoulder. But, lots of barrels, only 4 hits, but this Pennsbury Falcons team is gritty, and they hit the ball, and they get runners on, and they score runs. So that's what they do to you.
Sagnas 0-1 to him. Will take strike 2. So, was Rendell a left-handed fielder?
See, the thing is,
Because they got a left-handed fielder out there. This one hit to second, tough bounce, but recovered, and Sagnas is out
So-
at first. Slensky with the adjustment.
it's the same number out there in center field, right? Number 3.
So it's him.
It's him, but I remember him being a righty.
Owen Hawks.
I don't know.
Well, does it say on there if he's a lefty or righty? Does it say on your
No.
sheet? No. Unless he's ambidextrous.
Hawks takes the first one for a strike. Hawks 0 for 2 today. 0-1 outside.
Maybe he has been a lefty.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't paying that. Guess we weren't paying close enough attention out there. 1-1. Bounces in the dirt. Two balls and a strike to Owen Hawks. And the sophomore takes ball 3 in the dirt. Spiegler's 3-1. In the dirt for ball 4.
Great at bat there from Hawks. There were a few pitches there that
Number 6.
were low on the lower side that were pretty close. So a lot of great takes there from Hawks, and just like that, they got a base runner with 1 out, and the top of the order now up.
Yep, Evan Hawks up to the dish.
Hawks and Hawks.
1 for 2 today. He scored twice. Had a walked in back in the 5th. And curveball roped it to first base. Nice play by Drought. Throw to second is not in time. 3 unassisted.
Now batting. Number 2.
You know, that's a good play by the first baseman there, making a sliding play, stepping on first, and almost getting the runner at second, but Hawks just fast enough to beat it out. And runner on second with 2 outs. See if the Falcons can make any more noise here in this inning, but do have to say, great play by the first baseman there.
Courtesy runner Trip Hansberry going out to run for Owen Hawks. Hansberry on second. Crane up to bat. Struck out his last time up. He's 0 for 2. Also reached on an error. And he takes ball 1 low. (1-0) to Crane. Up high. Long lead for Hansberry, but the throw from Hartstein goes into center field.
Yeah, some aggressive defense there by the catcher, and aggressive lead there by Tripp as well. Almost had him. Throw was a little high, got into the outfield.
Spiegler's 2-0 pitch is low for ball 3.
Crane taking 3 good pitches there. Getting to a 3-0 count.
(3-0) in there for a strike. Hansberry on second. Spiegler gets the sign. Looks back at Hansberry. and delivers home. Inside, ball 4. Second walk of the inning. That'll bring up Dylan Hirsch.
Now batting.
Pennsbury's had a lot of good at-bats today. Lots of walks, lots of quabs, and it has resulted in a lot of base runners. 2 outs here, first and second. Pennsbury looking to do some more damage. Dylan Hirsch up at the plate.
Hirsch, 0 for 0 today. Had a sacrifice fly in the first, and that ball is crushed deep to left field towards the pole. It is just foul. Ball was hammered down the line, but just a little early.
Yeah, that wall was crushed, and one hop the fence out there just a little early, and pitch was inside. He did a good job of turning on it and taking it to left field. Just a little foul.
Yeah, Hirsch, sacrifice fly in the first, was hit by a pitch and walked. 0-1 is outside. Catcher doesn't know where the ball is, and everyone advances a base. So now runners on second and third for Hirsch with 2 outs.
A great base running, great awareness there from Hansberry and Crane to be able to move up. That ball, a good block by the catcher there, keeping it in front, but just a little too far in front. And Hansberry able to move up along with Crane.
1-1. In there for strike 2.
Yeah, now if you're Hirsch here, you want to try and put this one in the outfield and score a run or two and give Keller even some more insurance.
Can never have enough of it.
Nope.
1-2 pitch. Fouled off. Out of play. Hirsch stays alive. Some bullpen action for the Falcons. I believe it's Quentin Schaefer and Aiden Kenny are down there. Not really throwing a whole lot. Kind of just hanging out. But just in case something happens. Kenny now throwing a little bit. Schaefer stretching.
It's always good to have pitchers warmed up, especially this late in the game with your starter still in.
1-2 outside in the dirt.
You never know what can happen. You never know if you're going to need a fresh arm out there or not, but Keller at 76 pitches, he should be okay. Lots of 2s up on the board.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. 2 on, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
This
There
ball
it
is
is.
through the hole on the right side of the infield for a base hit. 1 run scores. Crane will come around and score. Hirsch advances to second on the throw, and it's a 2-run single for Dylan Hirsch.
Dylan Hirsch doing exactly what Pennsbury needed. Poking one out to right field and getting both runners home and even getting to second on that one. He used his speed there, getting to second and driving in. 2 more runs for the Falcons. 6-0 lead now. And Garlitz goes out to run at second.
3rd RBI for Hirsch today. It is 6-0 Falcons.
A little 2-out rally action. Always love to see that.
Here's Weber. He was a part of that very weird drop, error, overrun situation that happened just an inning ago. He takes ball 1.
Looks like Kenny's starting to throw down there.
Hey, I mean, Bradley has been sitting for a while. Pitch outside.
Yeah, great scrappy inning from the Falcons here. Tacking on 2 more. It's 4 in the last 2 innings, and Keller Bradley, you got to be happy with how this team has performed behind you and how you've performed today.
Strike 1 to Weber. Won't be a safe situation for Kenny as it's a 6-0 ball game. And Spiegler steps off. Two one. Roped into left field for a base hit. Rounding third is Scarlett. Relay throw home. There is no throw. RBI single for Weber. No controversy on that RBI single. And it's 7-0.
Yeah, meeting here at the mound, and I mean, for good reason. 3 runs given up in this inning, 24 pitches, and the Falcons are doing some damage, a lot of damage. And, you know, you got a pitcher warming up down there in the pen for the Falcons, 7-0 lead. And if you're Coach Pace, you got to be ecstatic with the performance today from your squad.
Yeah, as of late for Pennsbury in the opening round of the playoffs, they haven't fared well. I mean, you think back to 2023, they were at the top of towards the top of the PIAA, had the playoff game with Ryan Zuckerman, Caden Falcon, Joe Tiroli, and lost that game. And last year didn't go very far either, but now they're up 7-0
Batting number 13, Pierce.
here against Lower Merion with a chance to, of course, they unless something horrible goes wrong, they will advance, but a chance to play at home, depending on what happens in the other game going on, which is between Coatesville and Quakertown. But a good opportunity for the Falcons to make some noise here in the postseason. They need 2 wins to advance to the state tournament. They're going to get one of those 2 here. So 50% of the way towards states.
Pennsbury trying to rewrite the script from the past few years.
Perry calls time as the pitch was being released. Falcons, 4-time district champions, 80, 89, 93, and just 2017. And in that 17 season, they won the state. This ball is roped in the right center. Right over is Rendell, and he'll make the grab, and the inning is over. 3 runs in the inning for the Falcons. And Keller Bradley coming back out.
Gonna try and finish off this game.
Finish off what would be a complete game shutout over Lower Merion. We head to the top of the 7th. Falcons 3 outs away from going to the quarterfinals. The Pennsbury Athletic Department would like to thank our sponsors for their continued support. The Chick-fil-A on Oxford Road, Jamadors, Jones Engineering Associates, the Lower Bucks Hospital, Manor Care Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile with Anonymous, Newtown Dentistry for Kids, Retro Fitness, ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy. Top of the 7th, Keller Bradley back in there. He's gone 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits, no runs, and a hit batsman at 76 pitches, and looks to finish off this complete game shutout. This ball hit to left. Sadler comes racing in, and it'll drop right in front of him. Win back initially. Win picked up as soon as the ball was hit. May have played a part, and it's a leadoff single for Rendell.
Yeah, it's a tough play to make if out there and left of your side there. You know, first step is always back, and That ball also caught up in the sun, and it's hard to tell where that one was going to go, but the wind definitely caught that one and brought it in a little bit, unfortunately.
Pickoff attempt, nothing going off of it. First pitch to Parsons in there for a strike. Parsons 0 for 1 today while being hit. He got hit in the foot. Excuse me, Rendell, that was Parsons is 0 for 0 today. He was walked and had a sacrifice.
Wasn't Randall the one who got hit?
Yeah, Rendell's the one that got hit.
Sorry.
Strike 3. Finds the outside corner. Strikeout number 10 for Bradley in the first out of the inning.
Double digits for Bradley, and that off speed has been working all day for him. You know, you go from that 95-mile-per-hour fastball to the slow off speed. It's just almost unhittable, and only 3 hits today for the Aces, no runs, and Keller has just been dealing.
Here is the starter, Justin Heck, started on the mound for Lower Merion today, staying in the lineup. He swings through some high heat for strike 1.
Some high cheese.
No balls and a strike. This one popped foul. It'll go into the JV softball field. And it's 0-2 to Heck.
Yeah, this is exactly what Keller has done today. He's got ahead in counts.
0-2. Got him. Why the heck not? 11 strikeouts for Bradley.
Why the heck not, man? That was filthy from Bradley for his 11th strikeout of the game. And one more out from a complete game shutout. But
yep. Last one facing him is Brendan O'Gara. Falcons 1 out away from the quarterfinals. And 1 out away from a complete game shutout for Keller Bradley.
I think that's the first foul ball that's come back
Like close
in
to
our
us?
area.
Yeah, we had a few last time. That one a little to the right.
Yeah.
0-1 to O'Gara.
Ooh.
Just misses the outside corner for ball 1. O'Gara today is 1 for 2. He had a double in the 5th inning.
Thought the ump would give him that one. That was a good pitch.
Ball and a strike.
Ooh.
Popped into right center field. Perry racing over, and he is there. And the ball game is over. It's a complete game shutout for Keller Bradley, who goes 7 innings, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits, no runs, and a hits batsman on 86 pitches. 1 an outing for Bradley and 1 a day for the Falcons. They've taken 7-0 over Lower Merion, and they are advancing to the PIAA District 1 6A quarterfinals.
Yeah, phenomenal game from the Falcons. Hitting, I mean, there was only 6 hits in this game, but still 7 runs to show for it. And, you know, you got to say, Keller Bradley, man, he is dirty. 11 strikeouts, no runs, only 3 hits given up. He was basically untouchable today. And, you know, Pacey's got to be psyched about this game today. You know, coming off of 2 unlucky years, and, you know, you got this year where you take a big 7-0 win. You just got to be proud of your squad, and you just want to get back at it on Friday. It's a phenomenal win from the team today. Great hitting, great pitching, great fielding, and, you know, Keller Bradley.
Falcons will either host 13-seed Quakertown or will head to 4-seed Coatesville. Game is scheduled for Friday. So make sure you stay tuned with that. We want to thank our sponsors one final time for their continued support. Chick-fil-A on Oxon Valley Road, Jammer Doors, Jones Engineering Associates, Lower Bucks Hospital, Manor Care Health Services of Yardley, Pennsylvania, My Smile Orthodontist, Newtown Dentistry for Kids, Retro Fitness, ShopRite of Yardley, and the U.S. Navy. One final time from Vic Napolitano Field. Falcons 7, Aces 0. Falcons advance to the quarterfinal. This has been Ben Goldstein alongside Cal Toter on the Pennsbury Athletic Network.
Go Falcons.